Hello everyone, welcome to KVPY SA Stream 2010 Physics Solutions. A hollow pendulum bob filled with water has a small hole at the bottom through which water escapes at a constant rate. Which of the following statements describes the variation of time period of the pendulum as water flows out? Time period of a simple pendulum T equal to 2 pi root L by G. Here L is length of the pendulum, which is taken as the separation between point of suspension and center of mass of the bob. Center of mass of the hollow bob is its geometric center. Center of mass of the bob filled with water is also its geometric center. As water leaks out of the bob, the center of mass shifts down and comes back to the original location when the bob is completely drained off. So the length, hence the time period, increases and then comes back to original value. A block of mass capital M rests on a rough horizontal table. A steady increasing horizontal force is applied such that the block starts to slide on the table without toppling. The force is continued even after sliding has started. Assume the coefficients of static and kinetic friction between the table and the block to be equal. The correct representation of the variation of frictional force F exerted by the table on the block with time t is given by. Static friction is a self-adjusting force and is proportional to the applied force. Kinetic or sliding friction is a constant force and it is independent of applied force. Limiting friction is the maximum value of static friction. Since the coefficients of static and kinetic frictions are equal, the limiting friction is equal to the kinetic friction. So, the frictional force increases for some time till it reaches its maximum value, then remains constant. So, the correct representation is graph A. A soldier with a machine gun falling from an airplane gets detached from his parachute. He is able to resist the downward acceleration if he shoots 40 bullets a second at a speed of 500 meters per second. If the weight of the bullet is 49 gram, what is the weight of the man with the machine gun? Ignore resistance due to air and assume the acceleration due to gravity to be 9.8 meters per second square. Mass of each bullet M equal to 49 gram, that is 0.049 kg. Speed of each bullet is 500 meters per second. Force exerted due to firing of the bullets F equal to delta P by delta T. That is NMV by delta T. 40 into 0.049 into 500 by 1, that is 980 Newton. This force opposes the downward acceleration of the man. So F equal to mg, that is 980 equal to M into 9.8, which gives M equal to 100 kg. A planet of mass m is moving around a star of mass capital M and radius capital R in a circular orbit of radius small r. The star abruptly shrinks to half of its radius without any loss of mass. What change will be there in the orbit of the planet? Centripetal force for planetary motion is provided by gravitational force between the star and the planet. The gravitational force of attraction F equal to g times capital M small m by r square. Given that the star abruptly shrinks to half of the radius without any loss of mass, so the gravitational force remains same, hence the radius of the orbit will not change. Figure A below shows a Wheatstone bridge in which P, Q, R, S are fixed resistances. G is a galvanometer and B is a battery. For this particular case, the galvanometer shows 0 reading. Now, only the positions of B and G are interchanged as shown in figure B. The new deflection of the galvanometer is. Since the galvanometer is showing 0 deflection, the bridge is in balanced condition. Applying bridge balance condition in terms of resistors, we get P by Q equal to S by R. After interchanging the battery and galvanometer, bridge balance condition in terms of resistors will be Q by P equal to R by S. From 1 and 2 we can see both of them are equivalent. So the new deflection of the galvanometer is also 0. 12 positive charges of magnitude small q are placed on a circle of radius capital R in a manner that they are equally spaced. A charge capital Q is placed at the center. If one of the charges Q is removed, then the force on capital Q is. When all the charges are present, the resultant force on capital Q is 0 as all the 12 charges are arranged symmetrically. When one Q is removed, an unbalanced force remains along the line of the removed charge. So the resultant force on capital Q F equal to capital Q small q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square towards the position of the removed charge. As all the charges are positive, the force is repulsive in nature. An electric heater consists of a nichrome coil and runs on 220 volts consuming 1 kilowatt power. Part of this coil is burnt out and it was reconnected after cutting off the burnt portion. The power it will consume now is power consumption of the original coil P equal to 1 kilowatt. Supply voltage of the original coil is 220 volts. When some part of the coil is removed, the length of the coil is reduced, thus reducing its resistance. Power consumed by the coil now P equal to V square by R, that is P is proportional to 1 by R. As the resistance of the coil has reduced, the power consumption will increase. So the new power consumption is more than 1 kilowatt. White light is split into a spectrum by a prism and it is seen on a screen. If you put another identical inverted prism behind it in contact, what will be seen on the screen? Since both the prisms are made up of same material, they will produce dispersion in the same manner. Since the second prism is arranged in inverted position, the dispersion produced by the first prism is cancelled by the dispersion produced by the second one. The combination effectively behaves like a glass slab with parallel faces, so there will not be any spectrum, but the emergent light will be laterally displaced with no deviation. Two identical blocks of metal are at 20 degrees centigrade and 80 degrees centigrade respectively. The specific heat of the material of the two blocks increases with temperature. Which of the following is true about the final temperature T final when the two blocks are brought in contact, assuming that no heat is lost to the surroundings? Applying principle of calorimetry, ms delta T for a hot object equal to ms delta T for cold object. So ms into T final minus 20 equal to ms into 80 minus T final, which gives T final equal to 50 degrees centigrade. This is the case when the specific heat of the substances remains constant. But it is given that the specific heat increases with the temperature, which is not precisely defined to get a numerical value. So the correct option is D. A new temperature scale uses X as unit of temperature where the numerical value of the temperature Tx in this scale is related to the absolute temperature T by Tx equal to 3T plus 300. If the specific heat of a material using this unit is 1400 joule per kg X inverse, its specific heat in SI system of units is specific heat S equal to Q by M delta theta, heat energy required to raise the temperature of unit mass of substance through 1 unit, rise in temperature. Relation between absolute scale and the new scale of temperature, Tx equal to 3T plus 300, differentiating the given relation, delta Tx equal to 3 delta T plus 0, that is delta Tx equal to 3 delta T. Specific heat of the material S equal to 1400 joule per kg X, that is 1400 joule per kg 3K, which is 466.7 joule per kg Kelvin. A point source is placed 20 cm to the left of a convex lens of focal length 10 cm. Where is the image formed? Apply lens formula 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f, that is 1 by v plus 1 by 20 equal to 1 by 10, which gives v equal to 20 cm to the right of the lens. Where to the right of the lens would you place a concave mirror of focal length 5 cm so that the final image is coincident with the source? For a concave mirror, the light rays should retrace their path so that the final image coincides with the source. This is possible only when the image formed by the lens is at the center of curvature of the mirror. You can see the ray diagram. Where would the final image be formed if the concave mirror is replaced by a plane mirror at the same position? When the concave mirror is replaced with plane mirror, it forms an image IM at 40 cm from the convex lens. You can see the ray diagram. For plane mirror, object distance equal to image distance. The image formed by the plane mirror IM acts as object for the convex lens, which forms the final image. Applying lens formula 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f, 1 by v plus 1 by 40 equal to 1 by 10, which gives v equal to 40 by 3. That is, the final image is formed at a distance of 40 by 3 cm to the left of the lens. A block of mass m is sliding on a fixed frictionless concave surface of radius capital R. It is released from rest at point P, which is at a height h very much less than R from the lowest point Q. What is the potential energy as a function of theta, taking the lowest point Q as reference levels for potential energy? Potential energy U equal to mgh. Here h can be written as R of 1 minus cos theta. So potential energy equal to mgr of 1 minus cos theta. What is the kinetic energy as a function of theta? Kinetic energy K equal to half mv square, that is a half into m into 2g of h minus h, that is mgh minus mg small h, which can be written as mgh minus mgr of 1 minus cos theta. What is the time taken for the particle to reach from point P to the lowest point Q? Given that h is very much less than r, indicating that theta is small, force acting on the block along the surface is mg sin theta. Since theta is small, it can be written as mg theta. This force is always acting towards point Q, that is mean position for the oscillation, so the object undergoes simple harmonic motion. Time period of simple harmonic oscillator t equal to 2 pi root r by g. Time taken by the block to go from P to Q, that is extreme position to mean position, is 1/4 of the time period, that is pi by 2 times root r by g. Force exerted by the block on the surface F equal to mg plus mv square by r, that is mg plus m by r times 2gh, which is mg of 1 plus 2h by r.